I thought a song was going to happen, but it didn't. Okay.
It don't matter what your age is, all the rages, right here at the Bushwick Book Club.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so. But nobody saw that coming. Hello and welcome to the Bushwick Book Club Seattle's presentation of original music inspired by Alvin Schwartz's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yes, spooky season. That is the spooky atmosphere we are looking for. My name is Wes Weddell. I'm Associate Director of Bushwick Northwest, the nonprofit that oversees the Bushwick Book Club Seattle. I am a 6-foot-tall white guy who kept his pandemic facial hair. I happen to be wearing our new season Banned Books t-shirt with a shirt. I tried to match Barbie Statman's artwork color palette as well as possible with my overshirt. Want to begin by mentioning that the Bushwick Book Club Seattle acknowledges that our organization is headquartered and our events take place on the traditional and unceded land of the Coast Salish people, including the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish. We invite our audiences to learn more about whose land they occupy and experience, and suggest native-land.ca as a starting place. Performing brand new, never-before-heard songs tonight, inspired by some of Schwartz's scary stories, are Amanda Winterhalter, Shaudi Bianca Vahdat, Mike Votava, Lauren Drake, Debbie Miller, Shelby Natasha, Karen Miller, it's a 2 Miller night, Sophie Wheaton, and Peter Donovan. That is the appropriate response. We are also joined tonight by a wonderful supportive partner organization. Clarion West is here. Clarion West supports emerging and underrepresented voices by providing writers with world-class instruction to empower their creation of wild and amazing worlds. Through conversation and public engagement, Clarion West brings these voices to an ever-expanding community. More at clarionwest.org. And at the table right there, with Executive Director Marnie Chua. There's an email list. You can find out all about what they do. We're really excited to partner with them tonight and next month as well. So here's the deal. What's going to happen is each of the performers mentioned will get up here on stage when it's their turn. And they will tell you what from Schwartz's book inspired them, or perhaps from Stephen Gammell's illustrations, because we all know that those illustrations are a large reason why this book was the #1 most challenged and banned title of the entire decade of the 1990s, according to the American Library Association. The 7th most challenged title of the 2000s, and then it found its way back onto the list in 2012 again. It's an impressive run, and if you're interested in entering the Bushwick Quiz, that knowledge might help you. We are live streaming as well. Right, so we want to say, yes, we want to say a loud hello to those of us joining from home or library watch parties or all the places that we emailed the link. Thanks for joining us. The show will happen in 2 acts with an intermission. After intermission, there will be a quiz. You do not have to have read the book to succeed in the quiz. It's funnier when you don't succeed in the quiz, but we'll get to that later. If you're posting about us tonight, feel free to use the hashtag Bushwick Book Club and tag away. Now for this next part, I'm gonna do a little extra stage lighting here. I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, thanks. Start with the mic. Is angle okay? At home viewers, let me know in the comments. Yes, that's what we're going for. Okay, all right. I can't read my notes, and this is great. Who has read any of the 3 volumes of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Who was forbidden to read it by an authority figure in their life at any point? All right. Yes. Scholastic book fairs were battlegrounds at one time. And still, to be honest, that's why we chose banned books as our 2024-25 season theme. Who's ever told a scary story? Okay. Who has ever, what does that even say? Oh! Discovered a toe in a field. Yeah, that's in one of the stories. Spoiler. Okay, who's ever unexpectedly turned into an animal? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, tis the season. Some of you showed up that way tonight. Thank you for that. That's great. All right, there's a lot more of shenanigans like that to come. We're gonna write a scary story together throughout the evening that I will tell at the end of the night. But let's get to the music. Coming up first is Amanda Winterhalter. I don't need to keep holding this flashlight there. Amanda Winterhalter fronts a gothic Americana band that weaves together threads of 1960s girl group AM pop, gritty indie Americana, and blues-tinged southern rock. Glide magazine calls her latest release, What's This, Death? A courageous work of the aching soul that is equally stunning and thought-provoking. She also curated a full album of local songs inspired by local death stories in 2019, available at fatalityrecords.com. Ooh. Spooky fact! Major parts of the movie The Ring were filmed at her childhood home. For real. She watched Offset as they filmed the little girl crawling out of the well, which was actually filmed backwards and edited in fast forward to look more creepy. She has been on this stage before for The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, The Bible, Princess the Beautiful One, Charlotte's Web, Shrill, and many more. Please welcome Amanda Winterhalter.
Thank you so much. I feel like I'm very hopeful that Wes did some deep dives on the context of this book, but I did some deep dives because I was like, I was so curious to know, what did Alvin Schwartz think about? Did he ever have a response to the controversy over his books? Because he's like at heart such an academic, and he's like a nerd about folklore, and like what's coming next in my little speech is the bulk of my inspiration came from his footnotes. The stories are rich text, but the footnotes are also another rich text, another layer to that rich text. And I love how much research he did and how much he just nerded out on these old stories that he wanted to sort of translate to like middle readers. And but Kirkland, Washington was sort of the birthplace of the campaign against these books. And it was like a PTA pres, former teacher, who was all up in arms. And she wanted to confront Alvin Schwartz at a book conference, like a children's book author conference here in Washington in 1992. But he couldn't come out and travel because he was terminally ill. And he died, I think, in 1993. And so he never really, like, it didn't really bloom into, like, skyrocketing his books to the top of the banned book list until after he passed away. And so I think that's kind of fascinating. And I just thought that was so quirky, Kirkland, Washington. But back to the footnotes. I just wanted to try to give you a quick synopsis of my main inspiration. So, has anyone seen a ghost? Has anyone heard a ghost? Okay. Does anyone want to see or hear a ghost? Interested? Well, page 93 in the footnotes here. If you wish to see or hear a ghost, these are some recommended approaches. Look back over your left shoulder. Look through either one of a mule's ears. I don't understand what that means. Like, does there have to be sunlight and you're trying to look through the the skin of the mule, the fur, or look like one or the other? I don't get it. But maybe we'll experiment and find out what happens. Look in a mirror with another person. Arrange 6 pure white dinner plates around a table. Then go to a cemetery at noon and call the name of someone you once knew who is buried there. If you encounter a ghost, it is advised that you speak to it. If you do so, you may be able to help it finish whatever it is doing and return to its grave. Footnotes. Also, quick description of myself. I'm a blondish woman, about 5'5", wearing a long black dress and white boots. My funeral best. So, reading those footnotes and thinking about these stories, I thought about well, if I was a ghost, how would I feel if someone was hassling me and trying to see me and get me to talk to them? Like, maybe the ghosts are the burdened ones and the terrified ones. I saw you looking over your left shoulder for me. I heard you walking over my head and calling. Ah, 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 ah. Ask me your question. Look through the mirror at me. Hands in the closet, looking through your fingers at me. Ah, 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 light in the hallway, creaking on the floorboards woke me. Sweat on my neck. There's a knife under my sheet. Ah, ah, oh God, look at your skin. It's so bright. I've never seen eyes so wet or so wide. I've never heard a mouth sound so alive.
Amanda Winterhalter. All right, Amanda, I need your help starting our spooky story. Can I get an adjective?
Footy.
Like pajamas, can be footy. And a past tense verb.
Big-footed.
A lot of feet on the mind. Again, once more for Amanda Winterhalter. All right. Ooh. Okay, now audience for you. Let me document this footy. Big-footed. Okay, I need a name. What name are we going to feature in this story? Fantastic. And I need the name of a perhaps fictional place. This is going to be good. I can tell. This will continue. Not to worry. As Amanda mentioned, Alvin Schwartz died in 1992. He was born in 1927. He was an American author, journalist, wrote more than 50 books dedicated to topics such as folklore and wordplay. For as much as this book has a reputation of being sort of taboo, forbidden, scary stories, Schwartz saw it as a collection of things told all over the place for years and years, and probably would have been very surprised by the reception of it. It was also intentionally intended for young readers. Stephen Gammell, who's still with us, born 1943, an American illustrator of children's books, won the 1989 Caldecott Medal for his illustrations in Song and Dance Man. And although he is most widely known for what a lot of people call his evocative, nightmarish illustrations in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the whole trilogy, he illustrated nearly 70 books between 1973 and 2013, 9 of which he authored himself. The more you know. How about another song? All right, Shaudi Bianca Vahdat is a musician. Oh, what an entrance. Is a musician and, as you can see, theater artist who holds a master's in music and contemporary performance from Berklee College of Music and a BA in drama performance from the University of Washington. I've heard of both of those. Shaudi is a fall 2024 artist in residence at Inscape Arts and also serves as a grant advisor for the City of Seattle's Arts at King Street Station program. If you have not been to the new King Street Station space in King Street Station, right there, you can access it off the plaza at Jackson, right where second does that weird thing and becomes fourth. It's really great. It's just an extraordinary community space supporting art, supporting young people, supporting organizations trying to help people do art in this town. I'm so glad that that exists. Go check it out, particularly on a first Thursday. Shaudi's joined us in the past for original music inspired by Charlotte's Web, Blue Highways, The Golden Compass, The Count of Monte Cristo, Seattle Walk Report, Bushwick and Hugo House's collaboration, White Teeth, Sabora, Me, Shakespeare, Ms. Marvel. Spooky fact, I first met Shaudi when she was cast as a sheep in a children's theater production of Animal Farm the Musical.
Scary.
Yeah, there's few things I've encountered in my life scarier than that script and that score. Shaudi Bianca Vahdat.
Thank you, Wes. Hi, everybody. I'm Shaudi. It's so nice to be here tonight. So when I reread this book, because I read it as a child, for this program, I was thinking about what I might do to contribute, and I was kind of inspired by like all the villains or just beings, creatures who did ill upon other creatures. And I was interested in their motivations. And I thought it would be kind of funny if there was a being or creature who wanted to do ill, but wasn't very good at it. And so I decided to write a song from the point of view of a witch, which is why, let me give my physical description. I am a 5'9" woman. I'm wearing a black dress and a black velvet cape. And so I'm dressed as my character, the witch. This witch loves Halloween, loves spooky season, loves autumn, and just is so upset and so mad that everyone else doesn't love autumn as much as she loves autumn. So she decides to cast a curse upon everyone so that they have a good time in the fall. And this is what I imagine her curse might sound like. Gather round, young folk and old. There's leaves on the ground, and it's getting cold. The time for mischief and candy corn, for eerie fog in the early morn, a time for wonder, but you're forlorn. It's a magical time. So I'm crafting this curse to make you reborn. this curse will do is to slow you all down. You'll see the full moon, decorations in town, wear woolly sweaters and cozy socks, bring mugs of tea on your rainy walks, then curl up to tell stories in the dark. You'll be mildly afraid. You're ensorcelled, bewitched, you're enchanted and dazed. Spooky, spooky, something amiss and kooky. Spooky, spooky. This is a curse of the song. Don't listen and don't sing along. Why are you still here? Why don't you all run? I'm cursing you all to an autumn of fun. And it won't all be sweet. No, it won't all be nice. And all that you eat will become pumpkin spice. Spooky, spooky, something amiss and kooky. Spooky, this is a curse on you all to have a good time in the fall. Yes, this is a curse on you all. You'll have a good time in the
Shaudi, Bianca, Vahdat. Don't go too far. Updated physical description. I am now wearing the mask that lives in Shaudi's car, which she told me she had earlier. But I've still got my glasses on, and things are really in between. Here. The breathing, yeah. Well, I don't want you to read your own plug. So you can, if you like that, you can catch Shaudi in a solo performance of original musical theater piece, The Golden Door. This is hard, an American immigrant song cycle. This is really beautiful too, and so we're super awkward. Based on interviews with members of local immigrant communities at Inscape Arts in Seattle, November 23rd and 24th and December 1st. Details at the merch table. Shaudi, to help contribute to our tale here, I need an emotional state.
bewitched.
Oh, okay, bewitched. And a gerund, something ending in ing. Blossoming. That's great. Audience, I'm going to talk to you later after I take this off. But let's hear it again for Shaudi, Bianca, Vahdat. And if you're thinking, that thing that Shaudi's doing sounds super interesting, but I didn't understand what you said it was, we keep a digital program for all of our shows where you can find out information about all these acts. You can find their social media accounts. You can find out where to stream them. You can point your phone at that QR code. If you're watching at home, hopefully there's a link popping up in your chat right now. We keep this link live. It's got links to everybody that you're going to hear tonight. You can also go to bit.ly/scary dash, slash and dash, that's scary, PGM program. Okay, hang on. almost there. I can tell I look great is the thing. It's just a little awkward here. Up next is Mike Votava. Yep, I'm doing this one. Mike Votava is an artist, songwriter, and music maker who has written hundreds of songs and rocked hundreds of shows. I'm apparently steaming up the glasses right now. His songs are interesting, catchy, clever, and well put together. People seem to like them, and so will you. Mike fronts a rock band, Mike Votava and the Ding Dongs, who have an album out called Eat a Hot Dog. Spooky fact, the album features 2 songs inspired by books and 0 songs about hot dogs. Mike has joined us in the past for original music inspired by The Shining, Ball 4, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and many, many more. Mike Votava.
Wow. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming out to the Bushwick Book Club Seattle show. This is really great. It's really an honor to be a part of this, and I'm thrilled that it's still going, and it's nice to be here with all these wonderful people. And so this is the Scary Things book. I hadn't read it as a child, but I read it as an adult a couple weeks ago, and it's fine. I don't know why it was banned. I don't really understand. Really surprised. It seems pretty mostly harmless to me. Except there's a very terrifying story about a little boy who gets turned into a horse, and then the witch rides him around all night, and that's like the most frightening thing I can think of, is being turned into a horse. I would not enjoy that. I don't like horses in real life, and I certainly wouldn't want to be a horse at any point in my life. And there's another story that I found interesting. It's like the classic tale of, it's called The Babysitter, and there's like a bad guy, like they keep getting these phone calls, and then the guy like maniacally laughs and ha ha, and then the kids freak out, and it turns out the guy is just calling from the same house upstairs. And so that's I don't know if that's the original of the one of my favorite like sort of horror story memes of the call came from inside the house. Like you hear that a lot, but I wonder if this is where it sort of came from. I think when was the book published? Like in the 80s or something? 81? I don't know. Did anyone hear of that before 81? This might have been the first time. 81. 89. Might have been the first time in the history of the world that the bad guy was calling from inside the house. Prove me wrong, internet, in the comments section. Oh yeah, I'm a 6'1" white man with long hair and a shirt that says meow on it that I invented myself. So my song is, I tried to make a spooky song about turning into a horse, and I also wanted to honor the call is coming from inside the house cliche, I guess. So, this song's called The Horse. Coming for me. They're coming for all of me, not just the outside parts, my bones and blood, awful things in between. Oh, won't you take my place? Be terrified. saddle strapped to your back. Go for a ride across the countryside. Identify the source. The call is coming from inside the horse. I'm now the beast. It's not my fault. You're in there partying. I'm hitched to your post, rotting in agony. I recognize the voice. The call is coming from inside the horse. I can hear you breathing. Hang up and call back again. Identify the source. The call is coming from inside the horse. Thanks. That was fun.
Mike Votava. Let's get it. Can we all give Mike a Winnie? Yeah, you earned that. Hey, Mike, how about a plural noun?
Farts.
And an adjective?
Is farts a noun or a verb?
It's gonna work. That's what I can tell you. Adjective.
Yellow.
Great, thank you. All right, audience, some help from you. A day of the week, or a holiday, a day.
Friday.
Saturday the 13th. I need a mild to heavily saucy adjective. Spanky. That is exactly what I asked for. Thank you. A musical artist. Prince Dion. I like where this is headed. Thank you all very much. Hey, we have our first timer of the night coming up. Woo! This is our 15th season. This all started in October of 2010 down at the Can. Don't look for it in that location at Pike Place Market. And here we are 2 shows into our 15th Mainstage season. Over 500 local musicians and artists have participated in some capacity. The library of songs is probably close to 2,000 at this point. We're really proud of that, and we are constantly looking to grow. And so we're so happy to keep that process going with Lauren Drake. Lauren Drake is a singer, songwriter, actor, and improv comedian who has been singing ever since she could talk. Her recent performance as Ilsa in Spring Awakening at the Fifth Avenue Theater earned unanimous praise from publications like Seattle Times and Broadway World. She has released 4 singles and 1 EP of original music and is most inspired by pulling from both disciplines to combine theatricality and honest storytelling in her songwriting and acting work. Her latest single, All Mine, was released in April. Let's give a first-time welcome to Lauren Drake.
Hi, y'all. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here. I'm going to knock out this physical description. I am a redheaded lady. I got this acoustic guitar with the capo on the 2nd fret and also a black dress. Let's go. I want to start out by saying that I have a very complicated relationship with fear, and so I'm very brave for being here. And if you don't have a complicated relationship with fear I might be afraid of you. However, I was really excited about this opportunity and to write something about this book because I thought it was going to make me very comfortably uncomfortable, and that these books, all 3 of them, all the stories, kind of prove the point that the thing that will always take the power away from fear is laughter, a giggle perhaps, joy. And most of these stories I could laugh at. They were a little ridiculous. Some I was told at Girl Scout camp and haunt me to this day. But there was one that kind of toed the line where I was like, okay, I'm a little too disturbed. I'm not laughing. But I'm not too disturbed to the point where I didn't go down the songwriting rabbit hole. And so the story is called Room for One More, okay? And I kind of took a different point of view than the one that's in the story for my song. And so I'm going to kind of paint a picture. And since I am a theater person, I want you to come along on this journey with me, okay? So picture this. You're on a business trip to a new city, okay? And you're staying with some friends in their nice house outside the city. You're saving so much money on those Airbnb fees. Great. But you can't sleep, okay? You can't get to sleep that night, so you wake up kind of half in a dream, half in a trance. And then you find yourself walking down the stairs, each step creaking below you, and you see your own shaky hand reach for the doorknob. You're outside, it's a cool, damp evening. A stream of moonlight lights your path down to the side of the road. All you can hear is the howl of the wind. And you start to get this overwhelming sense of dread, so you turn to go back, but then you hear a car pull up to the road beside you, and the driver rolls down their window. Picking up the night shift just to feel something, a bitter chill when the wind blows at my back. And you might think it's ordained, but my days all run in the same vein. Nothing we can do about that. I know you'd rather get the warning than not get up the next morning, but I wouldn't dare look at the cards before I deal. See, I just drive to where they tell me, give everyone the same story. You'll see me again whether or not you think I'm real. Joseph Black was on the docket, on the corner of Gravers and Prospect. I'm sure he'll think I'm just a dream. So I'll double down on the next day, make sure he hears me when I say, there's room for one more here with me. You may think it's all confusing, well, I find it quite amusing when folks won't listen to what I freely tell. And if you think Joseph got lucky, I know you'll damn well never trust me. It's not as black and white as heaven and hell. Ooh, I can hear you when you scream at the sky. Why are we alive? And why must we die? What stories lines get blurry between your despair and your fury. I'm not as menacing as I may seem. So if you see me drive by under a dim lit moon and a gray sky, I invite you to smile instead of scream. Course, there's always room for one more. Thank you.
Lauren Drake, welcome. Can I get a noun?
Yeah, panda? Panda? Yeah, I think that would fit.
It would. So, yeah. So the next one is, can I get an animal? There's more than one.
Axolotl.
Axel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chicken of the sea, if you will.
Great. Thank you. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Once again, for Lauren Drake. You can catch Lauren in a locally produced original holiday musical spoof called Snowed In Again, where she'll be playing a somewhat fictionalized, not at all fictionalized version of yourself.
To be determined.
To be determined. November 21st through December 22nd at Arts West in West Seattle. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd like to invite to the stage right now Bushwick's social media manager and indispensable cog in machine, Emily Persia, to tell you a little bit about membership and some of the stuff that you can visit out there and some a special thing we have going on right now. This is Emily Persia.
Thank you, Wes. Hi, everyone. Are you having a good time tonight?
Yes.
This is amazing. It's so fun. Being a part of the Bushwick Book Club is like the best thing ever. You get to hang out with the coolest people, hear the coolest music, and we have a good time. And what's really awesome is that you can become a member of the Bushwick Book Club. You can support this organization. And what's really awesome is that tonight, if you sign up to be a member of the Bushwick Book Club, at the end of the show, we're going to be doing a drawing, and you could walk away with the entire season's worth of banned books. Yeah, gasp. That was wonderful. Ooh, it's like there's a bunch of ghosts in here. Yes. So sign up to be a member tonight, and you could read along with us all season, have these cool banned books, buy the banned book club t-shirt, like go all in, right? Go all in with us. There's more. During intermission, go over to the merch table, and we have a really special signed poster. Barbie Statman is our graphic designer and artist for the season for all of our Bushwick art. Please give a big round of applause for Barbie. She's fantastic. She designed all of this artwork. She designed the shirts. She's incredible. And we are doing a special auction where all of the songwriters for the fantastic music you are hearing tonight signed this poster. And if you are the bidder with the highest bid on this poster, you get to take this home. So you'll sign up to be a member. You could have all the books and then put this up and wear your shirt and just be all in with the Bushwick Book Club. It'd be so cool, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I will see you at intermission. With this, you're going to put your name on there and your bid, and at the end of the show, we're going to draw for this cool thing and these cool things. Ooh. All right, thank you. See you later.
Thank you, Emily. You guys are really good with the responsive sound effects tonight. You're just, yeah, it's exactly what this show needs. Yep, that helped as well. Adjective.
Sweaty.
Those were so good. I'm going to use them both. I'll find a way. I need like a quantity or an amount word. 42. Noun. Booger. Yep. This is why your parents didn't want you to read this book. And I need like an exclamation.
Sounds.
Jiminy Zounds. Very good. All right, we've got one more performance before intermission, and then we have a quiz, and then we have a whole bunch more performances, because this is what you get at a Bushwick Book Club Seattle show. Thank you again so much for being here, and get ready for Debbie Miller, the first Miller coming your way this evening. Debbie Miller loves cats, birding, word games, and trashy reality TV. Her songs might make you laugh or cry, or sometimes both in the same song. Her first performance with the Bushwick Book Club Seattle was in 2012. I remembered that. It's a little thing we've done for 12 years. And she loves the challenge of writing original music for these shows. She has joined us on this stage in the past for original music inspired by Moby Dick, Alice in Wonderland, 1984, Pride and Prejudice, Breakfast of Champions, Persepolis, Anne of Green Gables, The Handmaid's Tale, A People's History of the U.S., and, if you can believe it, more. Please welcome Debbie Miller.
Thank you. So I did read this book growing up. I loved it. I think I had Scary Stories 1 and 2. And reading it again, the pictures, like they're just seared in my mind. So it was really interesting to go back and read it again. The first thing that struck me in the book was like this foreword by Alvin Schwartz. And right in the last paragraph, he says, when you're telling a scary story, the best way to speak is softly, so that your listeners lean forward to catch your words. So just put a pin in that. And then the whole first like section is, I think it's called Ah! And basically all of the stories, like something kind of weird happens and then ah! Like that's the whole thing, is you just scare the person next to you. And as I was reading this, I was remembering how much I loved to be scared as a kid. Like at sleepovers, we'd look in the mirror and like turn off the lights and go, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Did anyone else do that? Yeah. And used to watch like tons of horror movies in high school, and I loved it. And then I was thinking, I don't really like to be scared anymore because real life is actually like much scarier. But then I remembered I am really obsessed with watching true crime. And I was like, oh, this is just a continuation of my childhood. So I was thinking a lot about how we kind of like to be scared under certain controlled circumstances. So my song is actually inspired by one specific story. It's called The Hook. And if you haven't read it, I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis. It's only a page and a half. So Donald and Sarah, I don't know if they're on a date or something, but they go to the movies. They're riding in Donald's car and they park up on a hill. Donald turns on the radio and there's this news bulletin that like a murderer has escaped the local prison and he has a hook for a hand. And Sarah's kind of like, let's get out of here. And Donald's like, but it's not that late. And like he wants to say parked in this kind of romantic spot. And she's like, can we go home, please? And he's like, girls are always scared of something. So he's kind of a D-bag. And he starts the car, and Sarah like thinks she hears a scraping or a scratching, but doesn't think it could be anything. And then they get to her house, and she invites him in for cocoa, which I thought was weird because it seemed like it wasn't going well between them. And then he's like, no, I have to leave. And then he comes out, and he sees the hook dangling off the car door. So that's the story. And you need to know that, otherwise my song won't make any sense. So this is a retelling of The Hook from Sarah's perspective. Last night awake in bed, thoughts of monsters in my head. Pull the covers to my chest, way too scared to try to rest. Then this morning at the store, grabbing pasta from aisle 4, a doofy guy looked my way. He smiled right at me, then said, "Hey, Donald is my name," he said. "I like pasta too," and then asked me for my Instagram and slid his way into my DMs. I should have walked away, I know, but I was lonely, and so it goes. What would be the harm anyway of going out on a little date? He picked the movie Scream number 6. Not my choice, but I went with it. Lights went down and phones on mute. In the dark, he was a little cute. Afterwards, he took me to a place to park. Wait. A place to park to make a move. My unease began to creep in, and then came a news bulletin. A psycho killer with a hook had escaped from a jail not far away. I pleaded with Donald to take me home, but he brushed me off. Shocking, I know. It's only 10 o'clock, he whined. Plus getting up here was a really big climb. Then I'll get out right here, I replied, and everyone will know you're the reason that I died. Fine, he said, girls are so afraid. I crossed my arms and thought I heard a scrape. It's probably nothing, I told myself, as I gripped on tightly to the seat belt. When he pulled up to my street, I don't know what came over me. Maybe I just like a thrill. I invited him in to Netflix and chill. Yeah, no thanks, I think I've changed my mind. And he walked around to the passenger side, and just as he came to open my door, he fainted and fell right onto the floor. I turned around and then I saw a hook was dangling off the car door, and then a funny thought crossed my mind. I wondered if that hook guy needed a ride. So I left Donald right where he was and took his car, mostly because I was lonely still. And if I'm honest, this hook guy couldn't be worse than the monster I was with. Yeah.
Debbie Miller. Debbie, got a favorite adverb?
Is that LY, ending in LY?
Sure.
Gladly.
Gladly. And a plural noun.
Cats.
Gladly cats. But yeah, oh, that got audience approval. Good work. Again, for Debbie Miller and all of our first act performers, we got a whole other set of music coming up for you. We're going to take a little intermission. Sign up for the quiz if you want to try to come up here and win some prizes. Visit Clarion West. Learn more about what they do supporting speculative fiction. Really great organization connected with some really wonderful writers. Bid on a poster. Become a member. Enter for the book drawing. Check out artist merch. Visit Jason at the bar. And then come right back for more music. Thanks. There's butts on there, yeah. Out of print clothing has sponsored us off and on for years, and they're back on this year, which is wonderful. They've sent us a bunch of shirts. This is not an out of print shirt. This is a Bushwick Book Club shirt that Susan's already wearing. I so hope you win that. And there's also I Read Band book socks. Yes, okay. All right, the quiz premise is very simple. Everything is category A or category B. I say a thing and you tell me if it's category A or category B. Reading the book won't help you. It's funny when you're wrong. Tonight's topic is, all right, we're all about scary stories tonight. Ooh, right? Ghost or ghost town. Yeah.
So this is the A and that's the
Yep. You can say ghost, or you can say ghost town.
I have a ghost story.
Yeah. Great. We have, you can go to the website and fill out the performers form. And, all right, Kat, you're up first. Ghost or ghost town? Belafonte.
Ghost town.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, it's in Jackson County, Alabama. Kendra. Old book.
Ghost?
That's correct. The old book ghost haunts the cemetery at Peoria State Hospital in Illinois. Susan. Copper Queen.
Ghost town.
Correct. Yeah. So it's in Idaho. Okay. Wow. Good first round. Kat. Bertrand.
Ghost.
Incorrect. Bertrand is a ghost town in Michigan.
That's what you think.
That's what the internet thinks. Kendra. Godfrey. Just Godfrey.
Ghost.
That's correct. Godfrey is a ghost character in Swedish children's books. Susan. Devilbird.
Devil?
Devil bird. Yeah.
Ghost.
That's correct. Devil, is Sri Lankan
But you would
ghost.
Ghost.
Its cry is an omen that portends death. Sorry. Yes, good. Okay, Kat, blue ball.
Ghost.
Incorrect. Blue ball.
That's what you think.
Is it's a ghost town in Ohio, so named because of the image on the town's tavern signboard. Which the thing I read says was to help out illiterate people. But if you named it after that, anyway. Okay. Kendra for the win. Von Schultz.
Ghost.
That's correct. Yes. Nils von Schultz haunts Fort Henry, Ontario.
The whole town?
The whole fort. Susan. Scratching Fanny.
I hope it's ghost.
Why? Explain that.
Because would you want to be in a town named that?
Would you want to meet a ghost? Involved in that? Okay.
What is the answer?
The answer is ghost. Yes. AKA the Cock Lane ghost garnered widespread attention in 18th century England. Kat, it's just you the rest of the way.
Her name was Fanny in England?
Scratching Fanny.
Great. Cool.
Vinegaroon.
Ghost Town.
Correct. In Otero County, New Mexico. You got one more. That's 2.
Ghost Town. Okay, no, it's cool. You could give a clue if you want.
What are we doing here? How about pop?
Ghost Town.
No. Cannibalistic spirit of Thai folklore.
Obviously.
Joe Bush.
Ghost Town.
No. Haunts the Sumter Valley Gold Dredge in Sumter, Oregon is said to leave wet, bare footprints.
Barefoot or barefoot?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ridgeway.
Ghost.
Correct! All right. Yes, terrorizes a 25-mile stretch of an old mining road in Wisconsin. Audience, a couple for you. Toad Suck.
Ghost Town.
Yeah, it's in Texas. Yeah. Monte Cristo. Both. It's Australia's most haunted house in New South Wales and is a Snohomish County ghost town abandoned in 1983. Thank you three so much for playing the Bushwick Quiz. I'll meet you over there very shortly. Audience, thank you as well. Give me just a minute to put on another hat, if not a mask here.
Don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. Don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. It's not uncommon to catch myself having stared at my laptop all day long, and I think, why don't I read a book or go outside? So don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. Don't burn books, burn your iPhone instead. Crush your Android with some pliers till it's all
Okay. So that's the Bushwick Quiz, and it happens every Bushwick show. It has since 2012. And this is Shelby Natasha. Shelby Natasha is a Chinese-American producer and songwriter who gathers inspiration from her cultural roots, mixing Chinese folk music with modern lo-fi production. Shelby has joined us in the past for original music inspired by Isabel Allende's Violetta, I Sing the Salmon Home, poems from Washington State, partner events with Hedgebrook and Jack Straw, and we're excited to have her here tonight, Shelby Natasha.
Thank you. A visual descriptor, I am seated with a harp-like instrument on me, and I am dressed like a witch. I was inspired by kind of the way that short stories feel like a collage, and to me that feels like my nightmares. So this is a song that is essentially all the things that haunt me in my dreams. The sharks come out to play. The sky's getting darker, but even the dark won't keep you safe. Reaching out, don't let them get to me. I'm bleeding out, won't be long till the vultures come to feed. Pray for my soul, bones in the attic are calling for more vampires. They have no mercy. I'm begging, but I'm scared the monsters in me. stop the terror growing. Hail Mary, pray for my soul. The bones in the attic are calling for more vampires. They have no mercy. I'm begging, but I'm scared the monsters in me.
Shelby Natasha. Shelby, can you give me a dramatic exclamation? Egad. That's good. And a number. 2. Egad and 2. Thank you. Shelby Natasha. You can catch Shelby at Ballard Homestead on November 15th. I know I mentioned the digital program that we keep, where you can find out information about all the people performing tonight, their social media, where to find their music, how to join their lists, support them, etc. We also do things like Amy Zoe creates an original crossword puzzle for every show we do, all right? So this one is Scary Stories themed. It's themed after every book that we do. You can find that at bit.ly/scary-crossword or scan the QR code up on the screen behind me. In addition to our monthly Mainstage shows, we also have a lot of partner events. We're partnered with Jack Straw Cultural Center for a 10th or 11th year here. We're doing video releases of original music inspired by everybody in their writers program. We're 3 episodes into this year's group of 12. We're so happy to be doing that. I think Shelby Natasha might be doing episode 4 or 5. There you go. That's the most recent one. Just came out on Wednesday with Alison Masankai and Nance. We're also partnered for the 10th year with Seattle Arts and Lectures, their poetry series. Original song inspired by their featured poets at each one of those events. It's always fun when the writer's in the room. The next one of those will be December 5th. Hope I'm not blocking anybody's name. It's so nice to be connected because there's so many people and organizations doing interesting stuff in this town, and we love it, and we love you. And let's welcome another first-timer. This is our second Miller of the evening, Karen Miller. Songwriting is Karen Miller's passion, from scribbling lyrics in a spiral notebook as a kid to feverishly typing in her notes app today. Karen is a former bookseller and proud employee emeritus of King's Books in Tacoma. After 6 years of slinging books, she retired from bookselling to make more time for music. Hooray! This is her first time with the Bushwick Book Club Seattle, and she couldn't be happier about blending her 2 passions, books and songwriting. Her music can be found on your favorite streaming platform. Let's give another first-time welcome to Karen Miller.
Hello, my name is Karen. I am a 5'3" to 5'4" white woman, depending on how confident I feel. I have short bleach blonde hair, and I'm wearing all black with some graphics on my shirt, but you can't see it because it's covered by an acoustic guitar. So I am super excited to be here at Bushwick because, as Wes mentioned, I was a bookseller for a long time. And I chose a story tonight from Scary Stories 3. So I read the 3rd volume. And the reason for that is that's what my bookstore had in stock. So I'd like to say that I'm a real deep cut kind of person, but I went with Stories 3. My story is called The Dream. My song is called Lucy's Dream, but I'm going to slow down for a second because I've been thinking about doing Bushwick for like a year and a half, and now I'm actually doing it, and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe just like, maybe take in a moment. Just take in a moment. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being on the live stream too. Anyway, the story goes that Lucy Morgan is a traveling artist, and she has this dream where she's in this room with trapdoors all around and nailed down windows, and this scary like ghost woman comes up to her and is like, this place is evil, like you have to get away. And so she's like a traveling artist, and she's like, this is clearly a premonition. I'm not gonna go to Kingston, I'm not gonna go to the next town, because like, obviously this is waiting for me there. I'm gonna go to Dorset instead. Well, she gets to Dorset and goes to rent a room, and it turns out to be the exact room that she had the dream about. And the woman from the dream like actually appears and tells her to flee, and so she does. And then in natural like Alvin Schwartz style, the story ends there with her just running away. But my song is called Lucy's Dream, and it talks about how, you know, you think that you can get away from the dream, like that dream she had, she thought just could fix it by going to another town, but that doesn't always work. And yeah. But in the like writing of the song, I found like a second thematic thing in there where it was like the ghost is not that scary. She's telling Lucy to get away. The ghost is trying to help her, but Lucy's so afraid of her because of how she looks. And I'm like, Lucy, like this isn't really the nightmare, isn't the ghost, it's the room. You got to get out. So that's what I wrote about. Lucy dreams of scary things, so she'll go to paint a different town. Don't go to Kingston, there's worse things than letting yourself down. Our dreams follow us close behind. Even our nightmares too. There's a house on the hill in your mind, waiting for you. Where do the trapdoors go? There's bars on the windows and curtains blocking out the sun. So tell me, Lucy, is the nightmare really the ghost who's telling you to run? Our dreams follow us close behind. Even our nightmares too. There's a house on the hill in your mind, waiting for you. Flee while you can. Your fate is in your hands, and the ghost is telling you to run. The ghost is telling you to run. The ghost is telling you to run. Lucy dreams scary things, so she'll go to paint a different town. Thank you.
Karen Miller. Welcome. So glad to have you. Got an adjective in mind, Karen? Describes something. Nervous? And how about an adverb? Ly. Confidently. Nervous, confidently. Thank you so much. Karen Miller. You can catch Karen, the Cascade Music Alliance Songwriter Spotlight at Edison Square in Tacoma on November 7th. So I talked about crossword puzzles, and I talked about partnerships with Jack Straw and Seattle Arts and Lectures, and I talked about digital programs, and there's other things we do as well. And one of the big ones, in addition to a monthly concert series of original music inspired by banned books, is we have a full education program called Style, Songwriting Through Youth Literature Education. We go into classrooms and libraries. We take books students are reading. We work with them, finding their voice and talking about storytelling. And here to tell you a little bit more about it is Bushwick Northwest Executive Director, Jeff Larson.
All right. All right, how y'all doing tonight? Excellent. Yeah, Style, Songwriting Through Youth Literature Education. We push into classrooms and teach songwriting using the books the students are already reading in class. We take what they're doing in class, we just try to make them learn about it in a different, from a different access point. We get them to read those books, and then we try to think about them. We create something brand new. Now, there's a whole bunch of different programs that we do. We write songs inspired by books. We also will do dances inspired by books. We have a West African dance program with Francesca Berry where we focus on telling stories with our body. We have an indigenous storytelling program with Sandra Segundo, where we do we create music inspired by the books that she wrote. There she is right there. That's Sandra Segundo. Yeah, we write stories inspired by her. We write music inspired by her books, and we have a film program, and that we write. We have the students create films inspired by their own stories. These are really cool programs. We work with over 3,000 students per year, and we're in 10 schools per year. It's a really awesome program where we get to see students who struggle in normal classrooms thrive. It's students where they feel a little uncomfortable, they don't take tests very well, but they're very creative. They come out of their, once I tell them, there's no wrong answers, friends. There's no wrong answers. They come out and they're like, really? There's no wrong answers? I'm like, no, just tell everybody what you think. And they come out and they start leading the classes that they're in. It's a whole different, wonderful, beautiful program that students get to see themselves in a whole different light. It's awesome. It's another thing that Bushwick Northwest does, and I hope that you can support us through membership and donations that way, right over there at the table. All right. Thank you so much. Let's listen to a little bit. This is a song from East Hill. You keep on going. East Hill Elementary School in Kent. These students wanted to talk about the food they ate, because their school is the most diverse, one of the most diverse counties in the whole district, in the whole state. Can you turn it up a little bit, Cameron? They told us that when you bring people into your home to eat food, that's how you bring people into your community and support your community. Cool, you can turn it down a little bit, Cameron. And so they also wanted to make sure all the languages got spoken that were in that classroom, which is why we heard that mishmash at the end there. There was some Spanish among other languages in that little section there. Style is awesome for kids who struggle in the classroom. I hope that you can come help us support it. All right, let's get back to the music, yes? West Weddell, here you go.
That's Jeff Larson over there. Little testimonial. In the early days of Style, I was helping out in a second grade classroom, and I was going around seeing what the students had written. And one student only had one word written on the page, and it was "but." And so I said, hey, tell me more. What in the story made you think of "but"? And he, I said, well, sometimes when I get stuck or I'm having trouble connecting things, I think back to the theme, right? What's the big idea we're trying to do here? Do you remember your class's theme? He said, yeah. I said, what was it? He said, don't judge a book by its cover. I said, yeah, write that down. See if anything else comes to you. He starts writing it down. I went and visited all the other students. I came back a little bit later, and he had written it down and crossed out book, and it read, don't judge a butt by its cover. So that's sort of the nexus of true storytelling inspiration and scary stories to tell in the dark. And I wanted to share it with you now. And now we have another first-timer. Sophie Wheaton is a young singer-songwriter from right here in Seattle. She started writing songs during the quarantine and hopes to share her passion for music with others. Please give a warm first-time welcome to Sophie Wheaton.
Hi guys, I'm Sophie. I'm 5'3", maybe 5'4" in these shoes. And I'm blonde. So I wrote my song based off of a story called Hello, Kate. And it's basically about this guy named Tom, and he's going to a dance because he loves dancing. And while he's walking through the forest to get to the dance, he sees a girl called Kate, who he recognizes because he's danced with her before. And he wants to say, hello, Kate, but then he realizes that she's been dead for a year. So he kind of walks away, and she follows him, and eventually they come face to face, and he really wants to say, hello, Kate, again, and she just looks him in the eye, and then she vanishes. So this is my song.
Hello, Kate. How has it been? I can't remember the last time I dreamt of some soft, sweet evening. The nights trickle by. Pardon me, Kate, I keep wondering why the words in my throat come out in a quiver. Oh, I should get going. Well, I really should run. Oh, I don't wanna be rude, but really it'd be shrewd to catch up with the crowd. Hello, Kate, you're giving me the chills. Your eyes are like daggers, too cold and too still. Oh, it isn't fair. You stand and you stare like when you were alive. Hello, Kate. How has it been? I can't remember the last time I dreamt.
Sophie Wheaton. Welcome to the Bushwick Book Club. Thank you for that. Got a noun?
Frogs.
Got a cuisine?
Thai food.
Frogs and Thai food. Very good. Sophie Wheaton. Sophie will be performing on November 2nd for Songwriters in the Round at Happy Times Studio in Issaquah. Sophie has links up on the digital program. Like, follow, subscribe, keep track of what's coming from Sophie Wheaton. It takes a lot of people to pull something like this together, and I want to say some of them by name right now. Starting with our front of house sound in the back of the room from Cameron Newell. Can we get a big hand for Cameron? Our live stream technician is Dylan Randolph. Seasoned graphic design from Barbie Statman. The Bushwick Book Club Seattle theme song written and performed by Julia Massey. Our season anthem, Don't Burn Books, was originally inspired by Fahrenheit 451, which is coming up again later this season, written and performed by the Half Brothers. The Bushwick premise comes from Susan Wong. Alicia Baker is helping us out with all sorts of things, volunteer extraordinaire. The Bushwick production team is Jeff Larson, Carrie Garvin, Drea Marilyn, Emily Persia, Wes Weddell. Big thanks to DK and Jason at Hugo House for making it a welcoming space, both for your audience experience and for our production experience. Jason was also taking care of you at the bar. Chris has been our photographer tonight. Big hand for Chris. I want to mention that we will next be here 3 weeks from tonight on November 9th with Clarion West again and Seattle Public Library for original music inspired by Octavia E. Butler's Parable of the Sower, which begins in the year 2024. It would have been a big miss not to do it. Thanks to really generous sponsorship from Seattle Public Library, tickets are free for that event. We do need you to sign up for them so we can keep track of numbers, but that's on our website in the normal ticketing place, but admission for that is going to be free. And then on December 7th, we'll be right back here for our annual Ink Aloud celebration of local authors. We have almost confirmed everybody to the point of announcing it, and I'm really, really excited, but I can't say it yet. But our curator also happens to be Hugo House's interim executive director, Pepe Montero. It's such a wonderful connection. So big hand to Hugo House, to Pepe, to you for showing up and making conversation and art a part of your everyday life. We have one more song, but before that, we have a drawing.
Are you so excited? I'm so excited. All right, should we do the books first or the poster first? Books or poster? Poster. Poster, okay. The poster goes to Big Bitter Kendra Schimmel! Woohoo! Come get your poster, yay! If you're like, dang it, I wanted a poster, there are more for sale. There's a poster for every show. There's also a season poster, all designed by Barbie Statman. Go check them out after the show. All right, now we'll be doing 2 drawings. We have 2 sets of our season collection of banned books that are going to go to people who signed up to be members and continue to support this amazing organization. All right, drum roll, please. The first winner is Kendall Nelson. Is Kendall here? Kendall? No Kendall? Okay, so we, oh, where? I don't see. Way in the back? Come get your books. Or I guess you can get them after too if you want. It's a lot of books. Yeah. Yay! Give a big hand to Kendall. Thank you for supporting Bushwick, Kendall. All right. And our second collection of books. Drum roll, please. I hope those watching on the live stream are also drum rolling at home. Goes to Christine Torset. Woo! Is Christine here? She is not here. She might be live streaming. So we will get in touch with Christine. Thank you so much for supporting Bushwick. On with the show.
Emily Persia. Thank you, Emily, for pulling that all together. One more song inspired by scary stories to tell in the dark. This is Peter Donovan. Peter is an astute musical storyteller whose songs span multiple genres and feature narratives inspired by both real life and fictional characters. In addition to his solo work, Donovan also composes music for films, including some horror films, and Red Right Hand, starring Orlando Bloom. Is that out? It was coming out this year. Is it out?
It's out.
It's out. So we can hear you in the places we watch movies.
You sure can.
Very good. Peter has joined us in the past for original music inspired by Frog and Toad, the works of Margaret Wise Brown, Seattle Walk Report, All the Light We Cannot See, The Midnight Library, Exhalation, which was co-sponsored by Clarion West. That was great. And Glory, Peter Donovan.
Thanks, Wes. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I want to thank Shelby for sitting in with me on this song. I actually met Shelby at a writer's round that Wes put together earlier this year, so Wes is the gift that keeps on giving if you keep him close. Anyway, I grew up obsessed with this book, of course, and the drawings in particular were always quite traumatizing, and opening it up back again after, decades, they were all just like immediately seared back into my brain. But that being said, my songs typically devolve into like sad love songs, so that's what this is. It's about falling in love with the wrong person, which is scary in itself. And this song is called Scary Stories. Thanks so much. Call is coming from inside the house. I'd pick it up, but it freaks me out. You're sneaking in, getting closer now. So I stop, let it ring, and start sneaking out. The call is coming from inside the house. White satin evening gown. We were the talk of the whole damn town. The legend goes you don't stick around. So I suppose I'll be prone to breaking down. Oh, that white satin evening gown. When I hear these scary stories, I hope that they're not true. 'Cause I gotta say, in every way I'm terrified of you. The way you tear me open and rip my heart in two. I've heard some scary stories, but nothing quite like you. Up the windows and lock the doors. Hide your ring fingers in dresser drawers. Always remember where there's one, there's more. And never dine alone with carnivores. Quick, roll up the windows and lock the doors. When I hear these scary stories, they're not true. 'Cause I gotta say, in every way I'm terrified of you. The way you rip me open, tear my heart in two. some scary stories, but nothing quite like you. When everybody's whispering about the frightful things they're witnessing, I can't help but listen. No, I can't help it. And when I hear these scary stories, I hope that they're not true, 'cause I gotta say, in every way I'm terrified of you. The way you tear me open and rip my heart in two. I've heard some scary stories, but nothing quite like you. Yeah, nothing quite like you. Thank you.
Peter Donovan, with help from Shelby Natasha. Peter, tell me an exclamation.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. And what's your birthday?
February 10th.
Very good. All right. Ooh, we're almost there. Okay, audience, I need a synonym for said. Declared. Declaimed. Declaimed, yeah. And I need like an old expression.
Snickers.
There was a lot. Yeah. I didn't hear what the first one was. I just heard it as just huzzah. I just heard like, which could work, but okay. I think we have our scary story. Thank you all for your contributions. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Yeah, let's bring those house lights down, Jeff. Okay. How's the angle? Is it all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wes lived alone down a frosty road in Winterhalter County. Most days, he big-footed away the hours, blossoming farts with yellow bewitchedness. But occasionally, on Saturday the 13th, he would spank a panda to the sounds of Prince and Celine Dion on the stereo. One day, an axolotl happened by, fleeing 42 purple sweaty boogers from the nearby town. "Jiminy zounds, help me," the axolotl cried. "Egad," replied Wes, "gladly. If you protect me, I'll grant you 2 nervous cats," the axolotl declaimed. Wes thought about it confidently and agreed. "Huzzah," he said. "Why not?" Neither was ever seen again, but that's why to this day you always see frogs with Thai food, but you never hear hot dog after February 10th. The end. I think we're playing by Nashville rules, so we all get co-write. If that ends up on streaming platforms, we're going to have to split 3/10 of a penny this many ways per play. Thank you all for coming out. Can we get another big round of applause for everyone you heard from tonight? Amanda Winterhalter, Shaudi, Bianca, Vahdat, Mike Votava, Lauren Drake, Debbie Miller, Shelby Natasha, Karen Miller, Sophie Wheaton, Peter Donovan. We'll see you right back here with Clarion West and Seattle Public Library on November 9th for original music inspired by, I was going to bring it up here, Parable of the Sower. My name is Wes Weddell. Take care, be kind. Thank you.